There we go. We are live, folks. Live. We're just waiting for our guest to click on. That's going to be pretty fun. That should be in a few minutes. Let's see. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing stupendous. I look a little washed out. I look a little extra white today. Hmm. How's that lighting look or the audio? Woo. All right. That's good. That's good. I think that sounds pretty good. Sounds. B Noise is in the chat. Brett J. What's up, Brett? Nick. Nice. Andrew. I know, man. I've been working like a dog this whole week. I haven't been able to look for ammo really at all. Just Monday, I went out for a little bit. And you know what? I think today, this is the first week I haven't bought ammo in shucks, going on 6 or 7 months. Let's see, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, this is the first week. I'll probably buy some tomorrow. Jake is in the chat. Charlie, what's up, buddy? Charlie, I know your kids drag you all around Bucky's, man. So let's see. We got Brian Odell. What's up, buddy? Uh, let's see. Let's see. Who else is in the chat? Who else is in the chat? Tools and Targets. Dude, I saw that video, Tools. Killing it, bro. Mark, Friday was always a good day. Uh, oh, there's two Marks in the chat. Mark Van and Mark Marsh. All right. C6. What's up, buddy? Dude, it's always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully. God, man, I gotta go in the office tomorrow for a couple hours. So, no, man, you know what? That's gonna put me out of the ammo game this whole week. Bummer. Frank, what's up, man? Country boy, what's up, buddy? Eric, Brian Odell. So, I've been real curious, and we're going to talk about a subject that's I've been super curious about, and that's reloading today. So I've been looking around online, and I've been looking at a couple YouTubers, and a lot of these guys talk way too high level for me, and I have no idea what they are talking about. So let's see. Let me see if we can get our guest in here. Let me click this. Let me do some of that. All right. So our guest today, he has a YouTube channel called Dummy Round, and I dig it, man. I watch his stuff. I don't understand most of what he's doing, but let's add him and let's give him a chat. So everyone, welcome Dummy Round. Can you hear me, buddy?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good. Can you turn your mic up just a tiny bit?
I'll move a little closer here. How's that feel?
Up now, I can't see you.
Uh oh. Sorry, I'm not.
Hey, it's all right.
There we go.
You should have saw my first couple live streams. They were disasters. So, hey, man. So how long have you been reloading? So I was curious.
Um,
How long you been into it?
just a few years now. I probably started right at the end of the fun Obama times we were in, so that's kind of what got me going. And
Oh,
my dad
nice.
had always done it when I was growing up, but I never paid much attention to it. But I figured that was a good time, so I've been kind of going at it ever since.
Right. Let's see. There's Chris Tong. Let's see. Upstate. Let's go through the. MLM says, why the mask? Because he doesn't want everyone knowing how sexy he looks. And then you're going to be sending him all this weird emails, and it's going to get weird. It's going to get weird.
I figured we'd have a large crowd here tonight, so I didn't want to, come into any risks.
Yeah, no spreading COVID.
Right.
Let's see. Plumbing Hog. What's up, dummy? Oh, man, that's funny. Everyone, when they talk to you now, they're gonna be like, what's up, dummy?
I guess that was kind of how it was gonna go.
Yeah, I'm starting to have flashbacks of my childhood talking to my dad. What's up, dummy? Oh, Bill Keene is still in the hospital, man. So hey, do me a favor, dummy. Put your channel link into the comment section so everyone can kind of check your channel out.
Sure, let me find it real quick.
Big Merciful said facial recognition. I can respect that. You know what's funny? I used to do the whole face mask deal, and everyone would give me a bunch of grief about it. But there, you know, I don't know. Nobody cares about what I do, and I'm probably on 150 different lists anyway. So as far as privacy, who cares? People think I'm nuts for doing YouTube, but whatever, whatever.
How do I put the comment or put it in the comment here from the
Just cut and
StreamYard?
paste it. Like if you cut and paste the URL and put it into the comment.
Oh, I gotta go find your stream now.
Oh, that's right, because you can't look at it. So real quick,
Uh-huh.
it's 2021. People are everyone has 2020 hindsight about reloading and getting into reloading. And I wish I had done it years ago. I had a couple opportunities to get into it. And I just always blew it off like, oh, I'll just buy. I don't shoot enough to make it practical. But um, do you think it's possible for someone in 2021 to get into reloading and save money?
Totally. Especially if you start saving your brass.
Yeah, I started saving brass just this week.
Yeah, even the prices of brass have gone up. So if you're shooting a lot still and you're buying your own ammo, that's a great thing to start saving money on right there.
Yeah. So I have another question. How much does it cost to get started? I mean, should you buy one of these single press kits? I mean, so say I got $600. Can I get started with $600 in the reloading?
You could probably get the equipment for that much, but the problem is finding the stuff these days. It's just as out of stock as all your ammo is too.
Yeah, I've noticed that. So when I do these ammo runs, everyone's like, "So what about primers and what about powder?"
Right.
It's a mess. Yeah, Brian Odell in the chat says, if you can find primers, good luck.
Yeah, powder's not too hard to find. And again, brass is usually free. I don't think I've paid for brass in the last 5 years for the stuff that I like to shoot.
Right.
And, if you can find primers, you're good to go.
Charlie says, I'd like to reload, but I'd probably make such hot loads I'd blow my arm off. You know what? That's me too, man. I'm scared of it. Like, what if I mean, is there it's not an idiot proof science. I mean, you can really damage.
Um, yeah, there's some research involved and you can definitely hurt yourself. But if you get a manual, here, let me get yourself a reloading manual. It'll
Is
tell
that the
you
Hornady
everything.
one?
Yeah, this is the 10th edition here.
So that's like the Bible, right? Of reloading.
Yeah, pretty much. Anytime you say you want to start reloading, someone will say, go find a manual and read the first third of it, like, 5 or 6 times. And that's pretty much where they're going to tell you all the technical terms, what kind of tools you need, all
I
that
don't
sort
know.
of stuff.
That looks like a pretty thick book, man. I don't know if I'm. Holy smokes!
So, say you want to load up some 9mm, it'll show you all your bullet weights you're going to be able to load for. So, we'll start with 110 grain XTPs, and
Right.
then you go up to 125s,
So
and
you
then,
just need bullets, case, primer, and powder.
that's it.
So I'm just curious. So if I wanted to reload, like I've been saving all my 5.56 and 9mm.
Hmm.
If I wanted to reload 200 rounds of 9mm, what do you think the cost would be nowadays? Current price.
Um, if you go into your local store and you can find primers on the shelf, they're probably going to be $50 for 1,000. If you're buying it online, a lot of the places are limiting how many you can buy up to 1,000. So you still have to pay the same hazmat fee, which is usually like 25 to $30 on top of that,
All right.
plus taxes and your normal shipping fee. So you can get up to 10 to 20 cents per primer buying it online. But if you can find it in a store, you're still talking maybe 5 cents for the primer.
Right. Well, let's
And
keep it. Let's keep the math simple. Let's say a
sure,
thousand rounds. Right. I
yeah.
have 1,000 rounds of brass I saved up. I find primers, $50 for 1,000, and then no, how much are the bullets? For 1,000 9mm bullets.
So you can shoot lead bullets, you can shoot plated bullets, and you can shoot like full metal jacket bullets as well.
Okay.
So they're all kind of different costs for those. The lead stuff's the cheapest, which you can actually do for your own and do it for free, which is what I do.
Oh, so you like melt them down and all that?
Yeah, and then you just powder coat them in a little easy bake oven and shoot them just like normal rounds.
Ah, that's cool, man. Do you put your little brand name on it?
No, you just buy a mold from all the companies that have all the other stuff, and cast up your lead you pick up from the range, and you get yourself some free bullets.
Nice, nice. So 1,000 rounds of nine. So $50 for the primers. Powder is how much powder would you need?
It depends on your powder, but pistol stuff's usually pretty cheap. And I actually have a whole video on this exact thing we're talking about doing it for as cheap as 6 cents a shot.
Get out of town.
Yep. So I just made another video last week how I shot 50 rounds for 30 bucks, and I still have to put that one out, but that'll be up here soon.
Six
And
cents a shot.
yep.
Man, I've been paying $20 for 9 millimeters. 19.99 for 50.
Right. And the range that I go to, they're selling it for 35 a box of 50. So that's 70 cents a shot.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
I would
people
never
are,
buy it. I think $19 is kind of like my limit. All right, let's look in the
yeah,
chat. Let's see if anybody has any reloading questions in the chat. Nothing too crazy because I'm still learning as much as I can. I dig
sure.
it. Uh, I don't have a place. I mean, do you need a lot of work area to reload, or can you just?
This is my bench here. It's like, 6 feet wide, maybe.
So it's just
And
a
I
standard workbench.
pretty much, yeah. You can build it however you want, put shelves in it and drawers or whatever you need.
Oh, nice. And do you have one of those multi kind of reloader deals, or is it a single press?
So right over here, this is a single stage. You can only
All
use
right.
one. It's a single stage. You can only use one die at a time. And then over here, oop, is a progressive. This is a Dillon 550 here.
That looks like some serious equipment, man.
So every time you pull the handle, a new bullet will fall out for you.
Get out of town.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, because it does the primer, the powder, and all that all in one shot.
Right, it'll do each step for you.
So you could do, man. So every time you pull it, it'll do one.
Correct. You just have to put your new piece of brass in and then put a bullet back there on top of that one that just got powder put into it. So it does all the steps at once, and then it rotates and go to the next step.
Yeah, my laziness, I would definitely want to do that for sure.
It's
All right,
it's not much more
C6.
difficult to learn on. You just
C6
gotta
in the chat says, how long does it take to make 50 rounds of 50 to 100 rounds of nine, as an example? Probably what,
um
5 minutes?
probably, yeah, I've got it set up for 9 right now, but I need to fill up the powder or whatever, but once you're set up, you can just pull the handle and go.
Oh, Benji says, why is no one talking about food and water storage? Benji, you're getting ahead of me, man. Look, that guy's coming next week. This week, I got the reloader because I want to learn more about reloading. I need to find a local Yoda that I can go sit with and learn all about reloading and just kind of absorb it because I want to learn about it because I do not want to be in this situation again. Even though I've
Totally.
met a lot of cool people standing in line, I don't want to stand in line for ammo. I want to make it myself. As far as casting bullets, that's a whole nother world of coolness right there, you know?
It's another step down a different rabbit hole, definitely.
Right, right. So how much do you think you have invested just money wise into reloading?
Hope my wife's not watching. Recently or total
I
or
mean, just like that press you got that blue monster behind you. How much is that thing?
um I think that's running about 450 right now.
And then you need a chuckler.
Well, there's, you can get a different brand for less or whatever, and there's different brands of all the stuff. So there's price points for everybody's budget.
So to do it legitly, you probably need at least $1,000 to get started.
I wouldn't think so. You can get a single stage press, kind of like this one, for not $100. You
No,
can
I want
get
to skip right to the lazy man's.
um maybe a few $100.
All right, because that sounds
Yeah.
more my speed. Because I don't know. So let's see. I'd have to shoot every weekend for about 2 years, and then it would pay for itself. But after that, it would pay for itself quite a bit.
So how much ammo can you shoot for $450?
A lot.
A
No,
lot.
not anymore.
Okay, so at this price, compared to 6 cents a shot, it'll pay itself off in maybe a weekend if you want to do it that way.
Right.
You know,
Can you reload steel case too, or is it just brass?
I'm sure you could, but it's not going to be good for your dies and not recommended by anybody, basically.
Right. I mean, I'll shoot it out of cheaper guns, but I mean, I'll shoot steel. If it can't
Sure.
shoot steel, I don't trust it. But I will shoot brass most of the time.
Right. Yeah, there's no problem shooting steel, but as far as reloading it, probably not going to work.
All right. C6 says, "What about storing powder? Shelf life? How do you store it?"
Um, right here in my drawer.
Oh, nice. So let me tell you, I have a video of my brother's house in Atlanta. I was in the kitchen asking for where the cups were at.
Uh-huh.
He goes, "Oh, it's over the microwave." And I open it up, and there's full of brass and like 6 or 7 things of gunpowder. I'm like, man, you got problems, man. You got to keep it somewhere. So
As long as it's sealed up properly, like the lid's not on in
yeah, it's all
properly
brand new.
based. Yeah, as long as it's sealed up, it can last years. And even if you've opened it and, reseal it up properly, it can still go for years.
Charlie says I passed on 200 rounds of because they were steel. You know what, Charlie? I would shoot steel out of a 9 millimeter. Look, by the time your extractor is really affected or it does any damage, I mean that's thousands of rounds later. But most people buy guns, they shoot them a couple hundred rounds, thousand goes in a closet or a drawer or a safe, and that's it. So as far as shooting steel, I don't run away from it, but it works. It goes bang. It's just dirty. Let's see. Frank Reedy says, "Yo, South Mississippi in the building. What's up, man?" We're learning about reloading today. Hey, did you stick your here? I'll do it. Let's see. Let's see. I need everyone to subscribe to Dummy Round. How'd you come up with that name?
Dummy round's actually a term for basically a little cartridge you'll make up to kind of test your guns with to see if it'll fit, and then you can also use them as snap caps basically if you want to train that way and cycle
Right,
through your mags or stuff like that. So that's a dummy round. You can use it to reset your dies if you have to move them between different bullets and stuff.
right, right. So I posted his link. Everyone, please check out his channel. Give him some love. There's about 60 something people in the chat. Please give a thumb up to this video. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'd really appreciate it. Go to Dummy Around. Please subscribe to his channel because he's starting out. He's only got a couple hundred subscribers, and all you guys going over there would be really, really cool. Benji said he just subbed.
Oh,
Man, thank
thank
you,
you, sir.
Benji. That's much appreciated.
And I just started a giveaway. I hit 300 subs, and I'm giving away 300 pieces of brass. So if you're looking to start reloading, you can win some 9 millimeters, some 40 or 45.
You know what I would do? I would set up a private one-on-one face with somebody, like a FaceTime, where you can go through reloading one by one. Because a phone can go anywhere; it can go right next to their
Right.
bench. So you could offer your services like, "Hey, if you want to get into reloading, just FaceTime me at this time, and then I can help you out. Go through, wink, wink. I'm not saying I'll be interested in that, but I would pay for it.
That could be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be something different.
But I don't know if I'm an authority really on the situation. It's kind of more of a hobby. And there's more guys out there that are way more scientific, like you're saying, and way more in depth than I go with it. But if you
Yeah,
just
but
want to shoot,
those
you know,
guys, you get lost. You get lost when they start talking such high level, and that's not my language. I need something my level, like basic, like like if you could dumb it down in the lowest
uh-huh.
common denominator, that's me all day.
I've
When I want to get
actually,
technical, I'll have tools and target on, and he can start talking about calibers and guns and all that stuff. I just nod and go, "Mm-hmm, cool, cool
uh-huh.
story." All right, what's the smallest caliber you can load?
Um, I think there's like a 17 Remington or something silly like that. Then you can do like 25 ACP and 32 and more common stuff, but it just depends what you're
Okay.
shooting really.
Well, what's the smallest caliber you reload?
9 millimeter and 38 special.
Nice, nice. Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see. Lewis, hey man, is there a way I could pay you to send me ammo my way? Just wondering. Mm-mm. Sorry, man. I
I
don't
don't.
resell ammo. Well, like my neighbor got the COVID, and I was buying ammo for him for a little bit, and I have a pretty big network out here where I buy and sell and trade with a couple guys, like three guys. But we don't upcharge each other. It's just straight. If you're here and I'm not, like this week, I've been out of pocket, and I was really hoping my buddy Mike would save some 10 mil for me. Hint, if you're listening, be sweet. Okay, let's see, Chris, if you had to, can you put large pistol primers in a large rifle case?
No, sir. Not at
No,
all.
why? They just won't fit.
They're actually the same diameter, so they'll go in, but I believe the pistol primers are longer, so they sit out further. And when you go to close your bolt, it'll probably just slam fire and go off.
Oh shucks, that's not good.
Right. However, if you're doing small rifle and small pistol, there are some situations where that can work.
Mike Swick says, "Why is he wearing a mask?" And I told y'all, it's because he's gonna get groupies, and then his wife is gonna get upset, and then he doesn't need that kind of upsetness. He doesn't need that drama in his life.
Can't be having that.
Yeah. Hey, I saw on the internet some guy use match heads.
Uh huh.
What's that all about?
Since primers are so stupid price these days, people are figuring out how to reload them at home. So you can, there's several ways to do this.
So you get that little cup and you grind up the match head and put that in there, and that's a primer.
Pretty much, there's your cup, and inside of that is a little anvil, kind of like a V shape. And when your firing pin hits that, it kind of agitates the material in there and starts an ignition, and that sets your powder off.
Oh man, that's crazy. Is that safe? Is that common? Have you ever done it?
I have not reloaded primers yet, but I have a series where I've started to, and I've also got this stuff called Primol, which is actually made to reload 22 long rifle cases, but people have been using it for primers lately, so I thought I'd give that a shot.
Oh man, when is that video gonna drop? I want to check that out.
I have not started that yet, so I probably should here soon. I've got the first part where I was kind of separating the primers and pulling the anvils apart and stuff like that.
All right,
Yeah.
man, that is gonna be cool. Let's see. Benji says Long Island shop has 1 million rounds of 9 in stock, but they want $35 for 50 rounds. That's crazy. Benji, don't buy it, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. My range was charging and people were eating it up. Don't do
If
it.
you have if you have no ammo at all, like zero, then go ahead. And dummy, I wanna say, man, that name is gonna crack me up. So I want to say that I was at a gun show and I saw a guy pick up 2 boxes of 308 ball ammo and buy it for $85 a box,
Like a
which
20
blew me
pack?
away. And he's like, "Well, I have no ammo for my gun I just bought." And that's a bummer. Yeah, $35 is way too high. I would just wait it out. It'll get better. I
Hmm.
don't think any of that gun stuff is going to pass. The only thing I think will pass is probably he'll ban the importation of foreign ammo and bullets and all that stuff and guns. That would hurt. That would drive the prices up a little bit.
That's already happened in the reloading world. We haven't been able to get any primers from overseas since the whole COVID thing took off. So that's
No
part of the
kid.
problem is no primers coming in. So since Remington got bought out, they're also not producing anything. So there's really just Federal, CCI, and Winchester pumping out components at this time.
No kid. You know what's funny? I drove past the Remington factory in, was it Tennessee? I think it was Tennessee. It was chock full of cars. I mean, it was packed. Everyone was working full staff.
Huh. Maybe they're only doing like firearms or something, maybe, or not reloading components,
I don't
or
know if they're doing, probably not reloading components, but I think they're making ammo. Maybe they're making it for someone else because the girl at the gate politely told me to uh, get out of there. So I turned around.
there's no ammo here.
Charlie says, and the caps from cap guns. You can use caps from cap guns?
Yes, sir.
No way. Now that would be a cool video.
There's some videos out there, but apparently you're not allowed to manufacture explosives for YouTube. So I'm kind of trying to stay away from some of that stuff.
Oh, right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you will get in trouble. Oh, here's a great question. This is, I'm really, if I could do this, I'm all about it. Can you make your own tracer rounds?
Definitely.
All right. Do you know how, or is that something we got to look up? I mean, how do you do that? I need to
It's
do that right now.
as far as loading the case up, it's the exact same process. You just have to buy the tracer projectile. So
So
it's
it's
no
the
different.
actual bullet that's a tracer.
Yeah, so most full metal jackets, the bottom of it's actually open and the lead's exposed. But in a tracer, they put a different compound that gets lit off by the powder, and then that's what you actually see going down range.
That is so cool. But you can make that though, right? If you, I thought it was just,
Totally.
I thought they mixed the powder or something. I'm so dumb when it comes to bullets. I don't know. I shoot a
I'm
lot.
sure there's several ways to do it, but I think that's the most common way right now.
Oh man, let's see. Mark says I shoot steel all the time, no problems, just dirty. That's right. I mean, it's
Right.
dirty, but I like cleaning guns. I love cleaning guns, man. That is my jam. My neighbor had some guns the other day. It was filthy. I was like, hey, I'll just clean them. Bring them over. No problem. Benji said there's no such thing as bad ammo, just bad parents. No, there's if it defends your life and family, just buy some. That's right. The Gap King can't understand why he's saying what the make what the I can't understand. Hold on, man. I'm not tools and targets. It's hard for me to do 3 hours. I can understand what he's saying. Come on, Gap King, turn up your volume, buddy.
I'll get a little closer for you.
Yeah. Let's see.
There we go.
Charlie, I heard they're back making ammo. Yeah, that Remington, it was their ammo factory I would pass by, and it was packed. And I had to make a hard right and go check it out, off the interstate. And it was full of cars. Their parking lot was full. There was two guards at the guard shack. I even took a picture and posted it on my deal. But yeah, they looked like they were churning and burning.
That's good
Brad
to know.
says Federal bought Remington and have restaffed to build ammo. That makes sense.
There we
Signs
go.
still say Remington though.
They'll probably do that to keep different parts of the market, but
Right now, Tools and Target says YouTube loves stomping on rights. Their favorite pastime. It is. Have you had any of your videos demonetized? Oh wait, look, guys, we need to get him here. Here's his deal, guys. Go subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna post it twice. Go subscribe to Dummy Round. That way he can get monetized and then feel our pain getting stuff demonetized
I can't wait till that happens.
because it's exciting for about 2 seconds and then
Right.
it get punched in the gut. So what do you shoot on a regular? What's your gun of choice?
Lots of 223 and 9 millimeter, and then I like wheel guns, so I've got a couple 38 specials as well.
Oh, nice. Do you reload the 38 too?
Yes, sir.
Do you reload all your ammo or just most of it?
All of it. Everything I shoot, I reload for.
No kidding. Well, wheel gun would be easy though, because that's easy to collect that brass.
Actually, since it doesn't fly out of the gun, people hold on to it and they have to do something with it since they have to take it out of the gun. So they either just throw it in the trash or take it with them if they're loading it.
Yeah. So you're one of those guys you see at the range walking around picking up brass off the ground.
Yeah,
Oh man, those guys are a little
but
strange. Just kidding. Just
no, we are. I just make sure that they're not taking it, and I'm staying out of their way if they're actually shooting. And
yeah, I've been to
you
a couple
know,
of indoor ranges where I picked up brass and they get real nuts. And they're like, put it back. Like I
they
just
feel entitled to it. No,
right. Let's
no.
see. Lewis says, bought my first pistol in October. When I turned 21, got a Glock 19 for 600. That's not too bad of a price.
Yeah.
Not these days. It's not too bad of a price at all. Glock 19, I bought one for my wife, and it would jam every other round, stovepipe. The grip was too big, and I guess she wasn't holding it firm enough. And I was so upset that that gun kept jamming. I shot it fine, but since her hands were small, it would jam. And I was like, this is Glock. This is the Glock everyone's talking about. And it jammed. So she took her XD, held it sideways, and just pushed the trigger, fired every time. But if you weren't holding that Glock just right, it would jam like 15, 20 times with her. And she was like, this gun sucks. I was blown away. So now she shoots off 1911 45. which is
Were you
hilarious.
able to get it to shoot?
The 1911?
The Glock, were you able to make it
Yeah, I
reliably
was able
fire?
to. Apparently, you
Yeah.
can't. You have to hold them pretty firm. You can't. I forget what
Uh,
they call it. Soft gripped it or whatever.
right.
All right, this is a good question. Big Merciful says, "What's the best place to buy reloading equipment?"
Wherever it's in stock.
Ah, come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about what's a good online place to go to?
Um, First of all, check all your local shops. Lots of your gun shops also sell reloading equipment. So while you're in there checking for ammo, look across the shelf. There's probably a pound of powder or two. And if you
Right.
know what you're looking for, then sometimes you get lucky. But there's lots of online places. There's Mid South Shooter Supply, Midway USA, Graphs and Sons, Natchez's.
Oh, I used to buy a lot from Natchez Shooter Supplies. The only place
Yeah.
I don't buy online and I boycott is Cheaper Than Dirt.
Yeah, don't buy from Cheaper Than Dirt.
I refuse to buy from them. Tools and Target says Midway is a good spot. Chris Dunn
Yeah.
says locally, like you said.
Yeah, after you figure in all your hazmat fees and taxes and shipping, it's you'll pretty much pay the same locally if you can find it. And you'll have it in hand that day.
Jeff Lynch says, love seeing these streams with guests. Oh, thanks, man. I'm trying to change it up a little bit because we can't run after ammo all the time. And I don't want to be a one trick pony. That's an inside joke with Tools and Targets. He was giving me some grief about all these guys being one trick ponies that are ammo hunting, but I really enjoy it. I love it, man. I love meeting people and building my network. So since I've been doing it, I've met probably about 30 of the best people. I don't know. You're not in Texas, are you?
I'm in Tennessee.
Oh man, I was just in Tennessee.
Yeah, I was watching the replay with you and Tools and Targets.
Dude,
And
Memphis barbecue sucks though. I gotta tell you, I was pretty upset. Look, if anybody in the live, if you're from Tennessee, I'm sorry. If you're from Memphis, I'm sorry. I went to the number one place. I mentally blocked out the name, but it was supposed to be the best place. Food sucks. It was tiny. It was dry. It was man. You need to come to Texas and get some real barbecue. I mean, that's
I've
why
been
we're
to
so
Texas.
fat here. We got the best food.
I like Texas.
Yeah, and Tool's like, here I am posting an ammo vid. I know I saw it, man, but I like your ammo vid. You didn't have any chicks in this one though.
No chicks in the vids.
I know. No, like baby chicks, like the chickens.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Gap Kings enjoy these live streams. I like them too, man. I love them. It's so much. I like doing them because I learn a lot. MLM says enjoy the co-host. Yeah, man. Make sure you
Oh,
here. I'm gonna put his link again, guys. Make sure you go subscribe to this cat.
I
He's got a
appreciate it, guys.
lot of good videos coming down the pipe.
I try to have something every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I like how like I ran across your videos randomly because I was looking for uh I saw that deal where that guy made the matchstick primers. I'm like, well, that's really interesting. And I was like, I wonder how much it would cost to get
Hmm.
into it. And I saw yours. God, you had a whole. Which one was it? Which one did I see first? And I was like, this guy really sounds like he knows what he's doing. It was
Eh,
rain. Let's see, low development for the 9 millimeter Luger. And I was like, this guy sounds like he's pretty smart. So let's get him on the channel because I know I talk to all these guys every day about, and everyone has remorse about not getting into reloading, and I will get into reloading. Mark my words. Like as soon as this
mhm.
calms down, I'm gonna go get a giant press. One of that I'm gonna call that a lazy man press behind you,
There you
and
go.
just get it done because I will not be in this situation again. 100%.
It's actually enjoyable too. I just consider it, part of the shooting hobby. And when you can tune your ammo to your own gun, you know how it runs and where it's going to shoot and all that fun stuff.
Right. It's like therapy.
Yeah.
Like me, I like to wash my car. It's therapy. I love cleaning guns. Like if the wife takes the kids out on a weekend and I
Hmm.
have the house to myself, people might, watch TV. Like, and I take all the guns out, I clean them, and I just love it, man. Cleaning guns is my thing. I love to take them apart and clean them.
Totally.
Andy says, "Can you do a call in?" Yeah, I can do a call in. I have one set up for next Tuesday as a call in. Next Tuesday, I want to try and do like 3 live streams a week, just because it's fun, and I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. Let's see.
Speaking of overrated food, the Nashville hot chicken. Eh.
I didn't get to try one of those, but yeah. So I went in Memphis. I had barbecue. In Nashville, I had barbecue twice. Sucked, and I was like, I gave up on it, man. I went to
Hmm.
pretty good spots, and it was all right. I mean, the best food I had the whole time I was in Tennessee was with Hootie Hoo. We met at just a mom and pop chicken place, and we had chicken wings. I was like, this is the best barbecue. This is the best food I've had in like a week.
Right.
I was bummed out, man.
There's plenty of little places like that, but anything that's like, we have the best hot chicken, nah, pass on that.
Yeah. Let's see. C6 says Smith and Wesson 500. Have you reloaded that round?
No, sir. But
That's
it's totally possible.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. So since you can make your own bullets,
Hmm.
you could probably cut down the cost of like a 50 BMG or a 338 Lapua to almost nothing.
So the thing with casting your own bullets is you're kind of limited by velocity. So lots of pistol stuff you're totally okay with, and I do all my 300 blackout, and I'm working on a 223 load. But once you hit around maybe 2,000 feet per second, then you start, losing accuracy, or your bullet will just totally fall apart.
Okay. But yeah, so if you're doing like 300 blackout for home defense, it's no big deal.
Right.
So so how would you reload 50 BMG? Because I've seen a lot of people reload that round. I mean, but they have to buy those bullets.
Right. Yeah, it's just like, 223 or anything else. You just got to get the primer, the powder, and the projectile.
Hmm. How much are I wonder how much it costs to do that? Because I know if you buy a 50 BMG right now, a box of 10, it's like $58, $60.
Wow. You probably get some cost savings there, but I had just seen 50 VMG primers the other day and they were $1 a piece.
Still, if you had that brass, how many times can you reuse a brass? Three?
Um, Depends if you anneal, which is basically heat treating the neck to soften it back up so it doesn't crack as easily. I've heard people going up to 20 times depending on how hot their loads actually are.
No kidding. So if you had a 50 BMG and you saved your brass and you're reloading, you could probably make a round for like $1.50, $2.
Yeah, but that's probably one of the highest volume cases, so your powder cost is going to start to go up.
Right, because it takes quite a bit of powder. All
Right.
right, that makes sense. See, Larry says he hasn't seen any ammo at Academy. Big Merciful, he's talking about reloading his 300 blackout. Let's see. Cheaper to so Tool says it's cheaper to cut down 556 brass for 300 blackout just to get the 300 brass. What?
I haven't bought any 300 blackout brass. All of mine has come from converting it from 223 cases.
When they say cut down, uh, I of course I know what that means, but for the people that don't know what that means, what does that mean? Cut down? Because I don't
So there's your 556 case.
know. Right.
You literally put it in a saw and chop it about here down to that size. And then when you run it through your die, it'll put the new neck on it and you now have 300 blackout.
No kidding. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So 300 blackout to reload is probably pretty inexpensive.
Actually, yeah. If you're shooting full metal jacket, they're a little more than little 223, because they're heavier,
Right.
but the powder charge is smaller and it's the same primers. So,
Oh man, that sounds pretty slick, man. So if you're reloading, you definitely want to shoot 300 blackout. And when you say you saw it, you actually saw it.
I've got a little 2-inch little chop saw from Harbor Freight, and people actually 3D print jigs or make them out of aluminum and whatnot. And you just put your brass in, and it'll chop it at the same length every single time. And you can just knock out a couple hundred of them, and then go from there.
Let's see. Mr. Pink says, "What mold are you using for 223.556?"
I'm using the Lee 225, 55 grain, and then sizing those to 225.
I'll just nod like I know what that means, but
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
search it. Yeah, of course. What else would you lose? Of course, you use the Lees, right?
Eh.
Let's see. Chris says, "What's your common reload powder?"
It depends on your cartridge. They're all going to be different. There's probably
So some powders burn faster, and right.
right. Right. So there's probably 200 different powders you can buy at any given time, and your pistol powder is going to burn way too fast for your rifles, and your rifle powders are going to burn way too slow for your pistols.
Does it really matter that much?
Oh yeah, if you want to keep your gun and hands and face intact,
Yeah. All right. So you can't cut corners then.
you can do some like reduced loads, which are, you can put in a big heavy bullet into like a 30-06 case and use a couple of grains of pistol powder and then make some like subsonic loads or something fun like that.
All right. See, Jeff Lynch says we had a huge shipment of 150 round boxes of 223 at Shells. Went for $99 a box. Wow,
Ouch.
that's painful. And you know what, man? Dummy round. I've seen people pay crazy prices for ammo. I don't
Mm,
get it. I mean, if you got nothing, it's rough. Oh yeah, please. If you're in the chat, make sure you do a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you're not a subscriber to Dummy Round, I'll post his link. Please go over to his channel, subscribe. He's just growing. He's a small time YouTuber now, but
very small.
he's already doing a giveaway at 300. Let's see what he does at 1,000.
Oh God.
Maybe the mask will come off at 1,000 as a
An,
celebrate.
a face reveal.
A face reveal. See, that could be your own video right there. Let's see. Neil says my shells has 22 Aguilar and steel 223 plus this. Oh, he had a bunch of ammo today. Cool. So in Houston, let me tell you, dummy, in Houston, the ammo is out there. This week was a little skim, but usually if you're within 2 hours, 3 hours of the store opening, you'll get 9 millimeter. I mean, the 6.2 by 3.9 is all over the shelf. 5.56 is all over the shelf. There hasn't been really that big of an impact lately as far as ammo. I mean, you can't walk in there after lunch and usually buy it, but you can get it in
Yeah,
the morning pretty easy. The days of standing in line at 6 a.m. is over, at least
that's
locally
good.
here. I don't do it anymore. Let's see.
I don't remember the last time I actually bought factory ammo.
Oh, man, that's cool. I want to be able to say that one day. Breaking news: Texas man known as Smash Time blows up 4 city blocks attempting to reload RPG shells.
Oh God.
More than 11. You know it, man. God, I mean, what's the craziest thing you tried to reload? Have you ever gotten real nuts with the powder?
Um, no, not really. You just kind of want to stay within the lines, but there's a couple different softwares you can use to sort of simulate what would happen, and that'll kind of get you in the right ballpark as well.
Oh, yeah. I used to do it on Call of Duty all the time. Not very good. Let's see. Catfish and Chris said he picked up a 1911 last week, scored 2 boxes of 45 for 25 a box. Oh, 25 a box is still pretty expensive for 45, but you get what you can get. The Gap King says California prices are ridiculous. Now, look, man, we've had that discussion before. I'd rather go to Memphis and eat barbecue than live in California. And that says a lot because that barbecue is trash. Have you ever been to Texas?
Oh yeah, a bunch.
Man, barbecue down here is ridiculous. I love it.
You guys are all about that brisket, right?
Brisket, you know, when I first moved here, I'm a refugee from California myself. I'm going to
Ah,
edit that part out later. I don't want people knowing that. But when I moved here, it was so fatty. And I'm like, that's gross. Who's going to eat that fatty cut of meat? Everybody eats that fatty
everybody.
cut of meat. And it's delicious. So good. So good.
I'll actually be
Let's.
in Texas a couple times in April, I think.
Oh, man. You should come hang out. We'll do a barbecue.
That sounds like fun.
Catfish, what 1911? Yeah, Larry. You know, I'm kind of curious. What 1911 did you buy? Those guns have come up. Do you own a 1911?
I do not.
Why?
That's a good question, actually.
That's You know what's funny? Like you said, you have a lot of wheel guns, and I have a love hate relationship with revolvers, and I always wanted to get one. I had a 454, which was a lot of fun to shoot, but would hurt.
Oh
And then
yeah.
I had a Taurus Judge. I used to shoot that thing like crazy. I had a 38, and then I had a Smith and Wesson Airlight.
Is
That
that
gun was a nightmare to shoot. I
yeah.
mean, I hated that gun. I sold it immediately. Uh, but I always have a love hate with wheel guns. I don't have one now, but I'm still want to get another one. You know, like a 357, like a real nice one. Once I can afford it, I'm still kind of broke. But the same thing was with 1911s. I had a love hate relationship, and then now I just love them, man. 19, there's nothing like history in your hand. I mean that design's been around for over 100 years, and it's
Oh
changed
yeah.
so much.
Totally.
So you got to get one. You got to get one.
You're not wrong.
Let's see. Andy says, how many academies are in your area? We only have one in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it's been a godsend for ammo. Man, Andy, that's great. Just in the Houston area, we have 20. Uh, within, let's see, within an hour of my house, I have probably 14 where, you can leave and just do kind of a loop and hit 4 or 5 in an hour. And
Wow.
it's, yeah. So if you leave, you hit the first one at 9, you can hit one at 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. So, you might make the rounds, but you'll come home with a couple hundred rounds of ammo their prices are still pretty decent, even though it's going up. Let's see. Fred Flintstone. Is that rifle on the wall behind you going to take Bambi with? Uh, one day. One day. That is my new Remington 700. I just took it apart and cleaned it yesterday, and I can't wait to shoot it. Uh, that I wish I could do more of those videos. I'll probably do that video in like 2 weeks.
What's it chambered in?
300. I
Which
think
300?
308.
308. Okay. I
Tools
used to
didn't go
reload.
to my wife, but I bought another revolver today. Damn. So
Good
dummy
man.
round. Do you subscribe to Tools and Targets?
I do. Yes. Just recently, I found out about him as well.
Yeah, he is a riot, and this guy is gonna get divorced. He's already probably sleeping on the couch. If he
I
if
would.
he can get past all the gun boxes after he walks in his front door, he's probably sleeping on that couch. His wife's gonna kill him.
My wife would have by now.
Yeah. My problem is my wife is really into guns now. So she can open the safe and she knows all this stuff. So I can't hide anything. So it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. Like when I was in Georgia, I bought, I went to this place called, this is my new favorite place to shop called True Prep, right? Let's see, will it focus? Will it focus? True Prep. Well, the receipts kind of. So what they do is they have all the ammo and prepping supplies in one shop. So you can buy freeze dried food, water bobs, medical kits, full on like legit medical kits, like
That's
army.
cool.
And then they have a guy in the back with AR lowers, making uppers, making lowers. You can go to that store and buy anything you want in one shop. And they had windowed PMEGs there for $13, and I bought a lot of them, like a lot. And so I'm hiding them in my closet. If my
Uh
wife
oh.
sees that bag, she's gonna kill me. I bought like 40.
Oh gosh. That'll last you a while though.
Yeah, I mean that'll last a long time. Let's see. Anybody else in the chat?
Those
Jesse
windowed ones are nice too.
Jesse Wayne says, anyone else love the Canic? I want to get a Canic. Tools and Targets says, is it buffering for y'all or is it just me? Everything looks good on mine. That's probably Dummy Round's internet. He spends all his money on reloading supplies.
Still on the dial up.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Fred Flintstone. The PMags were $13. So look, if you live in the Atlanta area, go to this True Prep. That man, I wish they had one of those. I would drive 2 hours to go to this spot. I mean, I'm doing a video on it. That's how much I love this place. As soon as I walked in, I'm like, I'm taking a video here. This is going to be my go-to spot. They got everything I want in one shop. Guns, preps, phenomenal.
Cool.
Tools and Target says he thinks the ATF is jamming him. Probably. Oh, Michael Henderson, what's up, man? Found some 9mm this morning at the Uvalde store. I saw your post on the Facebook chat. 2 boxes of 150 rounds. That is a score, my man.
Nice.
That is not bad. Let's see. Neil says, I've got an SFX and a regular one. SFX? What is that? You talking about the Canics? I don't know. So, dummy around, when you do these live chats, you try to keep up and you try and read all the comments, but it gets a little out of hand once in a while.
Right. I'm trying to listen to you and read the stuff, and
Yeah, catfishing says I picked up a Taurus 1911 alloy frame, G10 grips, muzzle brake, red front sight. Dang, for $500? That can't be
Nice.
a new price. Did you? Who did you get that from? Jesse Wayne says the new Canic Combat is awesome. I know that's the one I'm looking at. So have you ever picked up one of these Canics and shot it?
I have not.
So it's like when it first came out, it was a very inexpensive pistol. I kind of just glossed over it. I'm like it looks okay, but I think I picked it up and put it right down. But apparently, it's the new hot thing right now, and their prices went up quite a bit. So when they first came out, I think you could buy one for like $299 at a gun show,
Wow.
and now they're back up to around five and change, 600. Uncle Skeet says, "What kind of comic do you collect?" Uh, oh, I collect a little bit of everything, but I have all the Punishers and like I got GI Joe, some old Robotech, DC, Marvel. You know, yeah, I try and relive my childhood in comic books. Very midlife crisis of me. Let's see. Chris Tong says, I like your concept of putting an ammo network together. My friends and I have started doing that. It works great. It does. So I don't know, dummy, how you do it, but locally here, I
Hmm.
think it was in November. I was looking around Houston just trying to find ammo, and me being a transplant from that one state that shall not be named, uh, I
Prop
was struggling.
65.
I was struggling to find like people that had the same interest, and I couldn't even find YouTube videos. I'm like, God dang, I want to know. So I just started this channel, and that's how mine came to be. Because I knew there was other people probably had the same frustration about where to get ammo locally.
That's
But through
kind
this
of,
channel, I was able to meet so many cool people. So
yeah, I've actually met a couple people locally here, and a couple of them have their own channels as well. And anytime we go to a store, we're like, hey, this powder's in stock. Hey, they've got these bullets, you know.
nice.
Yeah,
See, and it's weird because gun people are very private people.
totally.
I don't have to tell you that because you're the masked bandit tonight. But normally we're extremely private. We don't want anybody to know what we're doing. Like outside of this YouTube, don't ask me what I'm doing in my private life. But
Sure.
it hurts us in the long run because we really need to build our networks because at any time the government could shut off that internet and we're screwed. If you don't have
Right.
internet, you're done.
I agree.
Let's see. Fred says, will the SIG FCUs ever go down to MSRP or cheaper? I think so.
It'll all go back down. It'll just take some time.
I think the ammo will stay up, but I've already seen ARs go back down to 799 for those Rugers. You know, not in Boulder, but everywhere else they're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Let's see. Smash time. Are you into long range shooting? I used to be. Uh, what made me fall in love with my now wife was we were girlfriend boyfriend. She bought me a Remington 705R mil spec, and she put had a millet scope and everything. I guess she asked somebody. It was like $1,500 the whole package, and I would take that thing to the range and shoot 600-700 yards like nothing. It made you a better shot. That gun was idiot proof to shoot. I loved it.
Now, if you take a good gun like that and then you hand load some really nice ammo,
I know.
uh
That's
huh.
why I would see all these 50 cal guys show up. They would used to go on like the third Sunday of the month, and it was at the Angeles Forest Range in California. And they all hand loaded. Almost all of them. One guy would hand load for a group of 4 or 5, and they would
Oh
just
yeah.
because even back then it was still $3 a round.
Yeah, that's not a cheap one, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. Catfishing Chris new from KY Gun Company. I did. Oh, that's he bought it new from Kentucky Gun Company. That's still a great price. Neil said, look up Frank the Tank on YouTube for Canic stuff. I'll have to check him out.
I'll have to check that out too.
Marty Richardson says, what's up, Smash? What's up, guys? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. He says, Plummin Hog says he picks up cans so he can buy ammo. And that's funny you mentioned that because Tools and Target said, just fill the cans with cement. So when I was a kid, we would pick up cans and I would take these lead BBs and stick in them and smash them down so they wouldn't rattle. Because I was like 10 and I knew I'd get an extra couple quarters from the guy. So
Heck yeah.
I felt bad now, but that's candy money right there.
That's right.
Let's see. Jesse Wayne, any thoughts on the new Hellcat with compensator? Yeah, get it. It's awesome. I have a buddy of mine that just got one. Hope he lets me shoot it soon. Nikira says now 308 will run you $3 a round. Yeah, just about. So, Dummy Round, how did you get into YouTube? What made you want to start a channel?
Kind of like you said, there wasn't any information for the stuff you were looking for. And I was like, well, I've already done all the research and I'm sure someone else has the same question. So
Right,
let's see if I can help someone else down the line.
right. So, what do you do outside of shooting and reloading? Yeah, you play video games.
Um, Not really a whole lot anymore. I play music every once in a while.
Nice, nice. You know, it's funny. Everyone I meet has some kind of oddball hobby besides guns. I met a guy the other day. He's a professional harmonica player.
Nice.
I didn't even know they existed.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Uncle Skeet says he paid $5.95 for a Diamondback AR-15. Right.
Nice.
Yeah, the guns are not hard to find right now. I mean, you know what's funny? When I was in Tennessee, the academies I went to were real slim on guns, and the gun shop I did stop in up there was pretty slim on guns. But here locally, there's guns to be had. It's not a big deal. Let's see. Does anybody in the chat have a question for reloading? Because what's your odd hobby, Smash? Not pissing off the wife is my odd hobby. It's a full time job. Like this YouTube stuff, she's like, I know you're not making any money. Like I'm not, but she goes, you taking it? Oh, trust me, we could talk for days. We could talk for days. I don't know about you, but how does your wife feel about you reloading? She probably loves it because you're saving money.
That's how I try to present it to her, but you know. Eh.
Uh,
No, actually, I bought almost all my stuff here with money from just selling brass I picked up for free. So,
no kidding.
oh yeah,
So there's a method to that. So if you just pick up brass, I mean, how much does a bucket of brass go for?
every single caliber's different. I mean, 9 millimeters maybe a nickel a piece, but if you have like
No
308,
kidding.
yeah. So if you got like 308 or something, that could be 15 cents. Some of them are 20 or 25 cents. If you want to like turn your 5.56 into 300 blackout and get it all prepped and ready to load, someone might pay 25 cents or a quarter or 30 cents for that maybe.
No kidding. That is
So
pretty interesting, man. I'm gonna start pick because I'll go through the range and I'll just pick up stuff and throw it. I'm like, oh, this isn't mine. This isn't mine.
right,
I'm just gonna take it all now.
do it.
Yeah, because eventually, if I don't have a gun that shoots it, I'll get a gun that shoots it.
Pretty much
Chris,
that's kind of what happens. That's kind of a joke for reloaders. It's like I found 50 pieces of brass at the range. You better get a new gun.
right, right. Chris Dunn says, "What's your die preference?"
I've used a lot of lead dies, haven't had any problems, and a couple Hornady sets as well. And RCB, they're all good. It just depends on what you want to spend and
Right.
what's available right now.
That sounds. Oh shucks. Oops. Hold on. Let me go back to this. Let's see. Do you have a go-to powder?
That depends on your
Say
cartridge again and
pistol.
what bullet.
Say 9 millimeter. What's your go-to powder that you like?
Oh, let me find it here. Tight Group here is a very popular 9 millimeter powder. It's usually pretty available and fairly cheap. So
Nice, nice. Uh, Nikiri, I know I'm destroying this guy's name. Night Kiri, Nikiri, man. You got to put that phonetically down in the comments so I can correctly pronounce that. But he goes, "What's your reloading cost per round of 6.5 Creedmoor?"
I don't reload for 6.5 Creedmoor, but once you have the brass, brass is usually 30 cents a piece for brand new. But again, you can use that maybe 10 plus times. So that cost eventually goes away. Um, the bullets are the main thing for 6.5 Creedmoor because that's one of your longer range accuracy sort of things that people want to use that for. So you're going to pay more for those premium bullets.
Right.
But all full loaded up together, maybe 40 cents per shot.
It's not too bad.
Eh, I
Here's a
mean,
good
it's
question. What's the best single stage press to start out for learning? So, what if you just want to do it as a hobby and you just want to do 9 millimeter to start with? I mean, what's something single stage to get started with?
pretty much all the single stages are the exact same. You can put in one die at a time. So you'll have maybe 50 cases in your loading block. You'll size everything. After that, you'll expand all those mouths out and then you'll add your primer to all of them. So it just depends how much money you want to spend and how fast you want to go. But pretty much every single stage is going to be the same for you. So how much do you want to spend and what's available?
Right, right. Man, so as far as time saved between your single and the other one, the that monster, it probably cuts it down
Oh yeah,
a
especially for
lot.
pistol if you're shooting a lot.
Yeah. I tell you what, Steven, just go for the big dog, man. Don't do single stage. Just go cut the. You eventually you'll buy one anyway.
Exactly, but you'll still use your single stage just as often.
Marty says, "Can we save reloading?" 100%.
Totally.
Benoy says he thinks a range would look down on someone bringing a shovel or a shop vac. A shop vac. That would be hilarious.
That would be great.
Yeah, but who cares? What are they going to do with it?
Right.
He said, Nick Curie said, saw a bunch of Hornady press kits around last week. That's good. I've seen a lot of reloading equipment still for sale, but just not the primers and powder.
Yeah. There's lots of stuff available, but like the really popular stuff that everybody wants to start, like 9 millimeter, for instance, those die sets are hard to find because everybody wants those right
Right.
now.
Right. Chris Tonk says, pick up the range brass. Oh, he picks it up, and if it's not the brass he shoots, he trades it with friends.
Yep.
That's smart. I'm gonna have to start doing that.
Yeah, I've got a bucket full of miscellaneous rifle stuff, and I've got a buddy that shoots 30-06, a buddy that shoots 6.5 Creedmoor, and we'll trade for stuff that I like to shoot.
Oh, nice, man. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, Barry's finally in the house. Barry, what's up, man? Here, Barry. If you're not, you need to go subscribe to my guest, Mr. Dummy Round. I just posted his link. Man, 70 cents each for 6.5 Creedmoor on the shelf. That's crazy. If you can find it, I hardly ever
Right.
see it. Larry Lyon said, "How much rough estimate would it cost to get into reloading 5.56?" You probably get this question 100 times a day.
um, yeah, I mean, you could spend as much as you want, or you can do it fairly cheap. A single stage you can get for maybe $100. Your die set could be 30 to 50, depending on the brand. And once you have your dies and your press, um, you still have to prep it. You need a way to measure it, a scale to measure your powder. There's lots of miscellaneous stuff that starts to add up. I would say if you want a single stage, you can probably start reloading for $300,
Yeah, but don't they sell like
maybe.
a whole kit?
Yeah, there's kits available, but there's always going to be like one product you wish you had a different version of, or they might not include a set of calipers you're going to need to measure your brass and your overall length and everything like that.
Would you ever buy used equipment?
Oh, definitely.
Right, because that a press is a press, right?
Right. And most of the brands, they pretty much have a lifetime warranty, no questions asked. Like I've heard someone found one of these in a barn fire and they sent in the melted frame and he got a brand new one back.
No kid, that's cool. That's customer
Yeah.
service right there. Holy
Right.
Barry says most ranges collect brass and sell it. I know. I know. That's why they don't let you shoot brass. I mean, they shoot steel case at the range. It's not has nothing to do with anything except they don't want to
They
sort
don't
the
want to
brass.
sort it.
Marty says his range to collect all the brass we want. That's a great range right there.
Ours has a rule like if you're shooting your own stuff, they just want you to pick it up and put it into the bucket. And as long as it's not in the bucket already, you can pick it up wherever you want, take as much as you want. Because then if it's in their bucket, then they sell that or whatever.
Right, right. Let's see. Fred Flintstone says, "Have you learned any lessons while reloading the hardware?" That's a great question. Have you ever screwed
Hmm.
something up, like reloaded a bunch of stuff wrong?
Um, I had
No
1 pound.
here. We're in the safe.
Yeah,
We're in
right.
the
Yeah.
safe tree.
So I had a pound of powder that at some point went bad or sour or something. So I've had about 100 loads of 38 special ready to go. And if you heard of a squib load, that's when the bullet doesn't make it all the way down the barrel.
Hmm.
And if you shoot another round behind that, it
Holy smokes!
creates a lot of pressure and can cause some issues.
Yeah, that's not good.
Luckily, I caught it before firing the second round. So,
Oh man, that's a bummer. Well, hey, for everyone in the chat, please take a minute to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna post Dummy Rounds link. If you're not a member or if you want to learn more about reloading, definitely check his channel out. It's good stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Andy says his range officers ask if you want to keep your brass. If you say yes, they'll sweep it over to you. Wow, that's
nice.
cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see. What brand is the Blue Press?
That is from Dylan Precision.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah, again, it was maybe 450 or $500.
Yeah, but honestly, it's all relative. If you're shooting a lot, I'm sure it'll it'll come back out. It'll come out. You'll come out ahead in the end. Felicia says, "What's up, Smash Time? What's up, Felicia? Felicia's
And
from
about the
Dallas.
cost also, like if I'm loading it for 3 cents or 6 cents a shot, it'll pay for itself by the time you've bought 1,000 rounds of ammo at this cost.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Here's another question. What about all the cleaning, trimming, annealing, and such? Seems like equipment adds up.
It does, but that's kind of a one-time purchase, and you'll have it forever.
It's a good point. Jeff Lynch says that's why I go to outdoor ranges. Bring a push broom, shovel, and a bucket, and you're set.
Yep. I don't really have a broom with me, but I'll bring my own bucket so it doesn't look like theirs and go at it.
Oh, let's talk about politics now. Here's the first political. Man, it took an hour to get into this question.
All
How many
right.
AR-15s do you think there are in the USA, and how do you think they are going to take everyone's AR-15? You go first.
Shall not be infringed.
100%. They can take the bullets before my guns.
Yep.
In that order.
They can't take my bullets because I make them.
That's right. That's right. That's right. As far as how many ARs are in the U.S., who knows? I mean, that question. People have been making ARs forever. I mean, God, I don't even know.
Is that a full built lower and upper together, or is this ghost gun lowers floating around, or just a warehouse full of uppers, or what?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably a complete gun. As far as complete
Yeah,
ARs, I mean, heck, just in Texas, it's probably 10 million.
there's probably quite a bit of them.
Yeah. Let's see. B Noise says the range I go to is fairly ghetto. They can't even see you, so they probably pull off the shot vac. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, if you can get away with it. Angie fan says, "Why is homie wearing a mask?" And it's for all the groupies. Like he's
All right.
married. He doesn't want his wife to get upset, and he doesn't want any weird emails from all these guys, all these gun guys. It's funny. My average demographic is like 65-year-old white male.
Mine's like 55 plus too.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about any kind of girls or groupies or anything. So my
Right.
wife is totally cool with this. Like she can't wait to go meet all these people. I'm doing an event April 24th, and it's gonna be pretty fun. We rented out like half a range, and we're just gonna hang out.
Oh wow, that sounds
It's gonna
cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right. Good networking event because that's all I'm about is networking.
Totally. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right. Marty says 20 million plus. Barry
It's a
says
good number.
Cam Edwards 20 million more. Yeah. Marty says not counting builds. Oh yeah, God, I know it, right? Mercer says 20 million. Barry says 20 million. Okay, yeah, I guess 20 million sounds like a good deal.
Sounds
Brian
like a good
O'Neill
number.
says, "Do you prefer a digital caliper?"
I'm gonna be biased because I have a really crappy $20 digital caliper from Home Depot, and then I've got another nicer analog one that I like more. But
So what if you had the real high dollar digital one?
that would be cool.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's just what you want to spend. They both work at different things, you know.
Here's a random question. Steve says, "Off the reloading topic, but just curious: has anyone ordered ammo online and been shipped the wrong ammo?" No, I don't order any ammo online anymore. I used to order everything from a AIM surplus, but they're out of ammo. So, how about you? You just reload everything, so you don't really
All
order any
right.
ammo.
No, I've built 350 Legend and 300 Blackout, and they've never seen a piece of factory ammo.
Hey, so that must be a great feeling right now, knowing that you have all this stuff and you're pretty well set, and watching all these nut jobs like me run around looking for ammo, and you're just kind of sitting there with your evil Dr. Evil laugh and smile. I mean, that must be a good feeling.
I don't have to worry about it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. How are you stocked on pistol and rifle primers when all this went down?
Um, you can never have too many, but I've never been like super low to where I've been like, I can't shoot for a month.
So, as far as pistol primers, I mean, you said they're how much for a box of 50?
If you can find them at like Bass Pro Shops or somewhere on a shelf, probably $50 for 1,000.
50 bucks for 1,000.
Right.
So you could spend $500 and be set. Just,
Oh yeah.
oh
Especially
man.
on pistol stuff. Like a charge weight for a pistol might be 3 to 5 grains, and if you buy 1 pound of powder, that's 7,000 grains. So you're gonna get well over 1,000 shots for 1 pound of powder, and that might be $25 for that pound of powder.
Everyone say bye to Catfishing King. He's got an emergency just came up. He's got to take care of. Let's see. Not sure what person is going to want to knock on someone's door and say, "I'm here for your guns. Good luck." Well, that's not it. You know what's going to happen? They're just going to make it a felony, and I guarantee you, most half the gun owners, at least half, will just turn them in when they're faced with that. I mean, everyone wants to talk tough, and I've talked to a lot of vets, and I've talked to a lot of Leos and all that stuff. That cop isn't gonna not knock on your door. That's his job on the line. He's got to feed his family. If they tell him, "Hey, Leo, go take that guy's gun," he's gonna do it. That's why they say, "Oh, he's a danger to the community." Then you got to do it. Then he could be some psycho with a gun. You don't know. That cop doesn't know. He just knows that there's some guy with a gun that they said he's not supposed to have, and he's got to take it. And is he going to quit his job and his pension and his 401 just for his belief? Maybe, but I'm betting you he won't. I love police. I
Right.
support them 100%, but they're not going to support you when it comes down to it. They're going to be doing what they're told to do. Sucks to say it. I
That's
don't know. How
probably
do
right on. Yeah,
how do
you're
you
right
feel about
on.
that? Same.
Yep. I mean,
And
I
if
don't feel like I want to hand my stuff over, but I'm sure some people will line up and be ready to.
yeah, I mean, if they just say, "Hey, you're a felon if you don't do it," a lot of people will do it. Or if they show up at your house with a SWAT team, just knock on your door, politely ask for it, and you got little Susie standing behind you and your wife, and what are you gonna do?
I'm sorry, sir. They got lost in a boating accident last weekend.
Great, then you don't mind if we come in and look for it. That's their follow up question.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be probably about 5% of the gun population are gonna go full on Rambo. Like I know my brother's one of them.
I hope it's at least that many.
Yeah, I think at least 5%. And that's a lot. That's a couple 100,000 whack jobs with guns. I mean, law abiding citizen, 2A supporters with guns.
Right.
But yeah, cold dead hands, man.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, I can't pronounce that. The Belcourt? That sounds right. Leo, our government workers, no less, no more. 100%. Big Merciful says, come on and look, the guns aren't here. Uncle Uncle Skeet says, plastic drum full of oil. I wonder if that would work. I guess so.
Might be a little messy when you pull it out, but it should
Yeah.
do well.
Have you ever cleaned cosmoline off a rifle?
I did. I bought a Bosun a while back, several years back. I don't even have it now, but that was a fun experience.
I hated it. I bought a
Yeah.
SKS and it was a nightmare. I ended up throwing out the stock because I couldn't get that. I tried leaching it on the dash of the car. I mean, I tried everything. Dishwasher. I upset my mom quite a bit, but I ended up throwing out that stock and just getting a polymer stock for it. But God, that gun was a nightmare to clean out. I hated it. I hate it. I'll never do it again.
Yeah, it was a mess, and I, could never get all of it. So every time I'd go shoot it, it would just
Right.
start coming out near the barrel and everything.
Yeah, the
So
SKS had this sight in the top sight. I'd always would leach out a little bit more cosmoline. I'm like, damn it, man! I was
right.
tips all the time. I couldn't get it out. Tool says at least a handful of them will never make it to my front. Maybe, maybe. There's a few. Let's see. Nikira says, I remember a Bosnian refugee friend. He said his dad stocked and buried guns. Guess it was mentality from the previous life. Maybe. When they do buybacks, do the sellers get to determine the price? No, no. What's funny, that kind of blew up. I think it was in Texas. They did a buyback, and then right next to the sheriffs where they were buying the guns, these two gun guys set up another table and they were buying the guns before the sheriffs.
Yeah,
It was hilarious.
that's awesome.
Let's see. Let's see. The Gap King says law abiding citizens always get screwed. 100%. Not in a good way either. No Vaseline.
Mm-mm.
Biden, Catfishing King says, before I go, Biden can't get your guns if you leave them upstairs.
Oh man,
Now, that is the funniest comment I've seen in days. That's
that was a
good.
good one.
That's a good one. Oh my
Nice.
God. So as soon as I saw him fall, I go, watch, there's going to be a meme of him going up one of those chairs. And then within 2 minutes, someone had that sucker on the internet.
Nice.
That was good. That was funny. He can't get him. But Kamala might. She's good at getting to the top.
Ah,
Barry says, Tools, you need to come down for the April event. I know. That would be cool, man. That would be cool. Heck, we got all the same viewers anyway. Let's see. Everyone's getting a kick out of that. That was really funny. Catfishing, have a good night, man. So, is there any questions you wanted to ask? 'Cause I know
from me to you.
I'm a plethora of knowledge on not really much. That's why
I
I go out to experts because they know.
I actually consider myself the village idiot of the YouTube reloading community. So
No, you know what I like about your channel? Your thumbnails are pretty good. There's a lot of writing on them. When it's kind of hard. Like I would take out some of these ones with a small writing. It's
right,
harder because if you're scrolling on your phone, you can't read it.
right.
A lot of this stuff is really catchy. I mean, you take really good photos. I could tell you really try. So I dig it, man. That's what really got me into your channel. Like you did that 38 special range report, and that's a really good photo.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, there's some really good, solid photos in here.
It's not the greatest production, but I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, me either. My videos are subpar. I'm still goofing off with lighting and stuff, trying to church it up and make it look fancy, but
Right.
it's tough, man. It's tough.
I mean, I'm just using the crappy webcam I had like from 5 years ago, and all the stuff I've had. I didn't go out of my way to buy anything, so I'm just using what I have and seeing what happens.
Marty says, Smash Time knows bags of 22. Yeah, so there was a guy down here. He went to a range and he was buying 22 in these little dime bags. And he was paying like $5 for 50 rounds or something, 40 rounds. and it was
Wow.
crazy. So he says, "Hey man, I'm going back on this flight. I can't take it with me here." And he gives me all these dime bags. So I gave them away at a meet and greet ideas where everyone got like a little dime bag of 22 ammo, which was hilarious.
Wow.
Let's see. Let's see. Tools needs a helicopter. Let's see. Let's see. Smash time. Man. Kirsten says, "Who's this guy?" This is Dummy Round. He's a reloader. Um, we've already gone over the mask thing. It's because, he's a handsome guy. He doesn't want a bunch of groupies sending him weird emails. It's going to mess up his marriage. You know, that old stick.
Right. Yeah.
What is the blanket behind you?
It's an eagle. I just figured it was fairly American, so why the hell not?
Amen to that.
You know.
Kirsten, who is this guy?
I am Dummy Round. Nice to meet you.
Dude, Kirsten's tough, man. Jeez, she's a tough audience. It's all right. It's all right. Everyone wants to have a little bit of privacy in their life, and I did it for a long time too. But finally, it's like, whatever.
Right. Well, if you see my videos, they're all about 6 inches from the bench, so you're, not really seeing a whole lot of me.
Right, James. So what's going on? What's going on, man? Cool. Couldn't tell if you rotated the cam. Hmm. I think
We'll
very.
just stare at the eagle for you.
Oh, Marty says next tattoo is an American Eagle. That'd be pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
All my tattoos are Asian, Chinese. Gappel says he just subbed. Nice, man. Yeah,
I
please
appreciate it.
sub. I'm sure he appreciates it. I appreciate it. So Al asks that SoCal here. Where's my fruit basket? You didn't win, Al.
No fruit basket.
So for my 10K giveaway, I told everyone, I'm like, hey, I'll bring you ammo personally, no matter where. And my winner was in Tennessee, so I said, I guess I'm going to Tennessee, and I did it. But I told everyone, if it's California, you're gonna get a fruit basket. I'm not going
I
back to California.
like that.
Uncle Skeet says, "Are you guys former military?" No, I come from a military family. My brother was in the army, and I just got a really good job out of high school. So I was like, I could either make a lot of money out of high school or go in the military. I don't know. I'm not sure about.
No, I'm not former military. I was a defiant little bastard in my teenage years, so wasn't too into that stuff.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Gap King is taking off. Uncle Skeet, let's look out your window. I'll look out your window. Let's see. Felicia says, "Is it April yet? I'm ready to meet you and shoot some 22." I know, man. I can't wait to meet you and your husband. You guys come down. Fred Flintstone says, "Do all the tattoos say what you intend them to say?" Yes, all my tattoos are legit. And it's funny because when a lot of people get Asian tattoos, they just get whatever the kanji says and they just kind of think of what it does. So the guy that did all my work in California, he went to prison in China for forgery. So he used to forge money in China. Went to
Ah,
prison. They didn't kill him. And when he got out, he came to the States. He couldn't speak English, but he could draw like a son of a gun. So he started tattooing. And now he was, I did him a couple favors, gave me some tattoos. It all worked out.
nice.
But yeah, they mean what they say. But
No regrets.
a lot of people write some crazy stuff when they're in kanji and they don't even know. Andy says, checking out. Thanks for taking my questions. Keep up the good work. Smash. I'm going to scrub the dummy. Nice, man.
Thank you, sir.
Did anybody else buy a firearm with their stimulus check? I didn't qualify for a stimulus check because they went off by 2019. So no money for me.
Bummer. Thinking about a can. Do you have any suppressors?
No, no, not yet. Um, I'm that's a love hate thing. I want to get them just because, but I've had a lot of people say once you get a suppressor and you put it on your rifle, you got to keep it on that rifle because once you take it off, then you got to resight it in. So if you try and switch it between rifles, it's kind of a pain in the butt. You just got to buy a lot of them.
I've heard similar stuff, but they also make, quick detach mounts you can put on them and swap it between anything.
Right. Let's see. Fred Flintstone. Any link here? Here is his link.
Any ink? No, no tattoos here.
Now you sound like. Are you the only child?
I have two sisters. I'm right in the middle.
Ah, that's close enough.
Yeah.
All right, James sub. Thanks, man. Thanks, James. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate all the new guys subbing. And
Yeah,
also, I'm doing a giveaway for 300 subs, so you might be able to win some brass if you go and comment on that video.
I'm gonna comment on it.
Sure, what are you looking for?
I shoot everything, but man, I want to. So my goal is by the end of this year is to get into reloading. And now when I'm going on these ammo runs and I'm just in Bass Pro or Cabela's, I'm looking for. I guess I need small rifle primers, small pistol primers, and large pistol primers. There's three, right? The three main ones.
And large rifle.
Yeah. So if I see it, I'm just gonna buy it.
There's also Magnum versions of each of those, but they're pretty interchangeable. So if you need small pistol Magnum will also work in most cases.
Let's see. You're doing a great job. Are you planning to make YouTube a career? If so, can I get an autograph? That's funny. I am not the one to think I'm famous or at all. That's bananas. I'm just a gun guy that likes to meet other gun people,
Yeah.
wants to build my network and just hang out, man. Have a drink, shoot guns, and learn. And eventually, I'll be reloading. The end of this year, I will be reloading. I guarantee it.
You ever got any questions? Let me know.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do this again.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Fred Flintstone says he's checking out. Tommy Lee says hello. Tom Lee. Hey, man. So, everyone in the chat right now, there's 78 people. Please subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Dummy Round's channel, and Hootie Who's channel. If you don't know who Hootie Who is, look him up. He's a good dude. And
He seems like a good
Targets.
dude.
Tools and Targets, Hootie Who. That's Hootie Who's BFF is Tools and Targets. The story behind that is he actually blocked Tools and Targets on his channel a few months ago.
Uh-oh.
Because Hootie Who, if you say anything negative or anything not positive, he's like block, block, block. He told me he blocks like 100 people a week.
I bet. What's he at, over 1 million subs now?
No, he's about 200,000,
Oh,
give or
okay.
take.
Well,
Yeah.
still, I mean, you got to have enough people that you need to block that many people.
Yeah. He's pretty up there. Oh, did he unblock you? Oh, look at that.
All right.
You know what's funny? When I asked him about that tools, he said he had no idea even how to do that. So, man, you should feel honored. I guess he actually learned how to unblock just for you, buddy. Steve says he just subbed to Dummy Round. Nice, man. So
Thank you,
again,
sir.
if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It'll help get the message out. A lot of these bigger YouTubers preach about the brotherhood and all this stuff, but I don't really see them reaching out to the average people to get new shooters involved. There's a lot of them I think that do it just for a show, and it's kind of a bummer for me. And man, if you're out there and you know someone that's thinking about getting into shooting, take them shooting, take them to the range, put a gun in their hand, and get them, make them a believer. We need all the votes we can get. And the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with Dummy Round, man. Get everyone you can into reloading because I think that's going to be the future. If you're not reloading your own stuff, man, I think we're going to be hurting. You know.
Yep.
Let's see. I found a dealer that has a steady supply of 45 LC reloads at 63 cents a round. Is that good? 45 long colt at 63 cents a round? I don't know. That sounds expensive to me.
I have no idea on 45 long colt.
Hmm.
But if you have your brass and if you cast your projectiles, then I'm sure under 10 cents you could get that.
Yeah. 100%. Well, hey man, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on the channel and coming on the live. This was a lot of fun. I hope you got some good subscribers. And man, keep pumping out these videos. You're doing a good thing. I like how you make it simple, kind of simple. So I mean, you could do a couple like dumbed down versions of these videos for people like me that just getting into it, like
Yeah, yeah.
doing, uh, but keep doing what you're doing, Dummy Round. I think you're really on the right track.
I appreciate you having me, man. That's very awesome of you to reach out, and I'm super excited. Thanks to all the new guys joining tonight, and stay tuned for more.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot though, as far as the 300 subscriber giveaway, because you're gonna be at 1,000 in a minute.
Oh
Right,
God,
like next, a couple weeks you'll be at 1,000. And you're not gonna know, like, how do you keep topping yourself?
we'll figure it out when we get there.
Right, right. Awesome, man. Well, like I said, everyone, if you're not a subscriber, I'm gonna put his link one more time. Please subscribe to my channel, Dummy Rounds channel. If you're not a subscriber of Tools and Targets, look up Tools and Targets, ampersand Targets, and then Hootie Who. Subscribe to Hootie Who. He's a good dude. And I guess that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone watching. Till next time.